Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, The Cubist, coming at you here with a video on how to make an item mule in Borderlands 4. I've seen a lot of streamers use an item mule, most notably a Jolts dude, but I haven't seen anyone really make a video on how to do it, so I figured I would take the liberty to do that after I just taught myself how to do item mules. So what is an item mule, you might be asking yourself? An item mule is essentially a character that is going to be holding on to your items for you rather than having them in the bank. You might ask yourself, well, why would I do that? That doesn't sound very useful at all. And that would be because the item mule can hold an infinite amount of items. You can have as many items as you want, whereas the bank has a maximum capacity of 500. So once you get to having more than 500 items that you want to hold on to, the item mule starts to become very appealing. So how do you make an item mule? You might be asking yourself. That is a great question. The first thing that you want to do is you want to make just a brand new level 30 character right here. Now, you can technically use a character that you already have done, but because we're going to be manipulating save data, I would not recommend doing that. If something goes wrong, it would be much better for your mule to suffer and to lose some data or some progress or whatever rather than your main character. So I would definitely recommend making a level 30 character, just a brand new one, rather than using one that already exists that's like your main. Because again, if things do go bad, you would rather them to go bad on just a random level 30 character rather than a brand new character. So I recommend making a level 30 character and just going to a couple of safe houses around and get to like 50 bank capacity is probably fine. So I'm going to do that and I will meet you guys there. Okay, so you've got your level 30 character. You're going to want an empty inventory. And again, you're going to want about 50 backpack spots. I think that's pretty reasonable to get. The first couple are pretty cheap, and then you just need a couple of safe houses to get it up to this tier. So you don't really need that much. You start off with 80, and then you only need to hit up like, what, maybe 5 safe houses or something, or silos to get up to 50. I recommend 50, but you can do it with however much you want. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to come over to your bank, and you're going to pull out whatever items you want to mule. So let's just do all of our Vex comms here. Seems easy enough. You're just going to take them, you're going to put them in your inventory, and that's it. Okay, and then you're going to quit the game. Go to your main menu. All right, and then what you need to do is you need to find your game save data. Okay, now I'm on Epic Games, so for me it's going to be under Documents, and then My Games, and then Borderlands 4, and then Saved, and then Save Games, and then whatever the heck this is, and then Profiles, Client, and there it is. Here is all of your save data. Okay, if you're on Steam, you might have to Google what your flow is going to be. It may be a little bit different. That's what it is for Epic Games. So, what you need to do is you need to know which character you're working with here. So if we go over and we check this, you can see that I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different save datas. I deleted characters 4 and 5. That's why they look a little bit different. The numbers are the order that they're made in. So my first character is labeled number 1, second character is number 2, so on, in the order that you made them. So for me, my mule is number 2. For you, it'll most likely be your most bottom number. So keep that in mind. You can also look at the date modified, whichever one's the most recent is going to be the one that you were just in. So if you were just in your mule and you're unsure of which one it is, it's going to be the most recent one. So as you can see here, this is most recent. So that's the one that is the mule. So what are we going to do? We're going to go back to the profile. So go back one step. Go back to profiles here. And underneath client, we're going to make a new folder. We're going to call it mule stuff. Call it whatever the heck you want. Let's just call it mule stuff. Okay, you're going to open up mule stuff, and you're going to make another new folder. Going real deep here, and you're going to call this the items that this save is muling. So this is going to be Vex class mods. Okay, you're then going to want to open up a second file. We'll just make things easier, and take this one also to your save data. So now you've got the client where your save data is. This is what the game is going to be reading, and you've got your oh my goodness, and you've got your mule stuff over here, which right now just has Vex class mods in it. Okay, so what are you going to do? You're going to copy this. So right, again, mine's number 2. Yours might be a different number. Make sure you figure out which one yours is. You're going to copy that file. You're going to open Vex class mods. You're going to paste it in. Okay, just like that. It's just that easy. Okay, so after you have made the mule stuff file, or whatever you want to call it, and made another file in there for what this group of items is going to be. Again, in this case, it was Vex class mods, and you pasted your file in. You're going to want to reload back into your character, and you are going to, it's going to feel scary. You're going to be scared, but you're going to want to sell all of your items. Okay? I know it's terrifying, but you got it. It has to be done. So you're going to trash all of them. I'm actually going to keep one, just for reasons, but normally you would get rid of all of them. All right, so after you've sold your items and you're ready to make the next mule, you're going to come over to the bank and you're going to pull out your next group of items. So in this case, let's just do legendary Rafa class mods. I have too many Rafa class mods to do. Just all of them, so we'll just do the legendary ones. So let's take all of our legendary ones, open our inventory, make sure we got what we want. Looks like we sure do. There's all of our legendary Rafa class mods. And we are going to once again put the game to the main menu. Okay, and again, we're going to do pretty much the exact same thing. So we're going to open up that mule stuff file. We're going to make a new file. We are going to entitle it what we have on our character. So legendary Rafa class mods. And we are once again going to paste our save data for our character right in there, just like that. So hopefully you're starting to see the loop here. You just do this for all your different types of items, and then you'll have a folder right here called mule stuff, and it'll have, a bunch of different files labeled. And when you click on them, you'll have a save there for you to utilize. So I'm going to do that for all of my items, and you should probably too. And then we'll be back and we'll show you how to actually use those items on other characters. All right, and when you are fiddling with these files, when you are, copy, pasting, and moving all of your files over, do make sure that before you copy, before you paste, before you delete, whatever it might be, that you're on the main screen of Borderlands 4 and that you have clicked this refresh button. Okay? That just ensures that the data that you are copying and moving is the actual data that you want to copy and move, and not, the previous data or data before it fully saved or whatever. So just make sure that you're on the home screen, this screen right here, and make sure that you have hit this refresh button. Just to make sure, because again, when you're dealing with all these really important items, you want to make sure that you are doing it by the book. Okay, so now that you've gone ahead and you have repeated that process for all of your different types of items, you're now going to have a mule files, and it's going to look, maybe something like this. Yours might be a little bit different. Maybe you just have an ordnance file instead of a launchers and a grenades file. It's okay if you don't look like this. It's just how I decided to separate them. We've got this. So as you know, we deleted that all those Vex items long ago. So how are we going to get these items back? That might be what you're questioning now, because you just sold and deleted all your items. Well, how do you get them back? It's very simple. You're going to open up the item or the folder that you want. So let's say I need those Vex comms back. I'm going to copy. Do not drag. You want to keep this here. Always copy. You can also just do Control-C. And then you're going to want to paste it in here. It's going to ask you if you want to replace it. Because it already exists, you're going to say, yes, I do. That is going to replace it. Now what you need to do is you need to reload the character if you haven't already. So right now, it hasn't updated the data. You have to click on any other one of your characters and then re-click on your mule character again. And that will actually update the game to reread your data, reread the save that you just pasted in, and give you the class mods back. Okay? So after you've done that, that's a very important step. Make sure you do that reloading of the character, otherwise it won't work, obviously. So we want these class mods back. Let's say my other Vex character, the one that I'm actually, doing a playthrough on, needs one of these class mods. Well, now that we're loaded in, we can see, look at that, I have all the class mods that I need. So all you got to do is you would just run over to your bank on the mule character, and you would deposit whatever items you want to mule to your other character. So, let's say I want all my undead eyes. I want to compare my undead eyes and see which one's the best for my build. I'll just put all those in there. And now they're there, and any one of my characters can go grab it. And again, as long as we never override the data that's in the mule file, right? So this Vex class mods right here. As long as I never override this, I can always just copy paste that right into here, and it will just reload all those class mods. So even if I take these out of my character and I end up selling them or whatever, maybe accidentally sell them, or maybe I just decide, no, I don't want to do Undead Eye anymore, I'm just going to get rid of them. Or maybe I give them to a friend who needed them. For instance, I can reload the file that has all the class mods, just put it right back in here, repaste it in, and I can re-put the items back in the bank to grab. So it's really nice because it also just lets you have not only infinite storage space, but also infinite copies of the items as well. Okay, so now that you know how to get the characters or the items from your mule to your main character, what happens if you want to get a new item and put it on the character? So let's say, I know I just put them in here, but let's say hypothetically that all 4 of these class mods I found on another character, and I put them into the bank, and I want to put them on my mule so that I have more bank storage. So all you would do is you would just get on the mule that needs to have them, right? So these are Vex class mods. So I would open up load in my Vex class mod mule, and I would just take them out of the bank, just like that. Now they're in my inventory. You would quit. And then essentially all you're doing is you're just going to repeat the process of, resaving the file, but do it without making the file again, right? You don't have to make this, without making the folder again, because you already have the folder. So you're just going to copy right here, and you are just going to paste right here. Boom. And then that updates, and now I have all those extra class mods on this version of my Vex. Very, very nice. So it's just that easy, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was helpful, drop a like. If it wasn't helpful, give me a comment. Let me know how it can be more helpful. I wouldn't mind re-editing this or adding some comments to make it more helpful. But that's how you're going to make a mule in Borderlands 4, and now you have infinite storage space. You're welcome.